a lot of, not a lot, but like there are comedians like posting their shit on OnlyFans, and it's like unless you're just so successful, like no one's gonna do that when fucking Patreon exists. It's like OnlyFans is doing the thing where they're like, no, we're just Patreon, you know? Like,
yeah.
People are trying
like, this isn't just for e-titties.
Yeah, and you're like, you're that. Like,
yeah,
you're that
like,
thing
no,
now.
but
like,
you are, though.
What the fuck are you doing? Like, you're never not gonna be that.
I'm gonna try the held mic this time.
Really?
I tried it.
Can't tell if there's a ringing or not. No, never mind.
There is when you talk.
On God.
We had to just act like we definitely weren't just all hanging out outside and like actually know each other. Just be completely awkward. I think I'm going handheld too.
Yeah, this thing's fucking huge.
I've never tried.
I did that
this
last
might
week.
Be the move. I feel like kind of a philosopher holding it like this. This is like a very
We're spilling on some.
So Wes, you were there when Moman got that coffee thrown on his face, right?
No, I don't think so.
Oh shit, dude.
Was that when he was that
early that day?
Was
You
that
were
when
there?
he told the girl who was 15 if she was gonna like scissor her
Yeah.
friend? No, I don't think I was there. That was pretty early on when I started, I think.
Dude, fucking Luke, you said you were there for that?
Yeah.
What did you say to the
I
girls?
left early that day. I
Really?
did see the girls, I think.
Did you say anything to them? Because he said like every comic came on and made fun of them. Like after that entire exchange went down.
Whoa, I haven't worn headphones before. This is heavy as shit.
We're all going handheld.
Alright.
Luke just learned what electricity is.
Weird. I was
We're
thinking
teaching him. He's getting smarter.
Oh,
I was thinking of roast jokes I could write for people, and I was thinking that Luke has a face that looks like it devolved.
I'm not
you wanna
helping
get
the
it out?
case here.
Like in the wrong way. yeah.
Screw.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you just take that all the way up.
Did I show you the picture? Can we like bring up the picture on the podcast of like Luke's doppelganger that I found?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you hear that too?
Sounds like
crackle.
toilet
Yeah.
water? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me. Technical difficulties.
I may have already showed you this, but like,
Oh my fucking god.
did I already show you that?
No.
Oh my God. You know, you remember the like old like blue like cowboy boss from that show that
Yeah,
like
yeah,
ran
yeah.
the place?
It's the Mr.
That guy
Meaty
looks
guy, for
just
reference.
Like Jerry Jones to me.
Jerry Jones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our
Did it just
show
die
was
for you guys,
bad
too?
acid
Oh.
trip.
This entire thing is fucking up. I'm sorry.
You remember the
Oh, is it because I threw my jacket on these cords?
No, probably not.
No.
you remember that bad acid trip of a podcast we tried to
Yeah.
record? Yeah.
I gotta do another one, but I need a different idea and maybe a different person other than me running it.
Dude, are you talking about Dog Food Critic?
No, dog food critic I think is not a bad idea.
Dude, that is
That's how you know this is a bad idea. When you,
Whenever I heard that, I was like, that sounds like something I would definitely watch. Like that's, I thought it was a joke, and I was like, oh, that's a funny like way to have yourself introduced. But then I was like asking around, I was like, does he really have a YouTube channel where he eats dog food? And they're like, yeah. I was like, that's fucking awesome.
it was a fun podcast to be on. That was a fun show, even if it didn't get any traction. Like,
I should try a little harder, maybe. I don't know. Eating dog food for nothing is kind of rough. If I was getting like a little more reaction from it, but people liked it at the live when I did it live.
Dude, you have to you have to keep on grinding with it though, because like you do have to grow, but like once you grow, like if you have a huge catalog of you eating a bunch of dog food, then you won't have to like speed rush eating a bunch of it because you'll already have a lot out.
Yeah, I'd rather grow from doing stand-up, I guess.
Not being a dog food guy.
I really think you should focus on the dog food. That seems like
Everybody
That seems
was
like you could be a
bringing me
star.
up as the dog food guy, and I was like, ah, fuck, I don't want to be the fucking dog food guy if it's
Yeah.
not even working.
Yeah.
it was fun when you shot it live. I could not imagine what that was like alone in your apartment.
Alone was bad. With people, it was a better show.
Did you shoot that just like with your only your girlfriend in the house?
Yeah, she was in the other
And
room
she
doing
stayed
like homework.
with you.
Dude, you're a bit bit of a showman on stage, dude. You got tased on stage. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
I'll do whatever for the laugh.
I remember when you went up in your underwear.
Dude, that made me laugh. That was before I went up too, and I was like just there drinking, and then I was like it was the pajama one, and like I remember I didn't see you, and like you just came from behind me like out of the bathroom in your underwear, and I was like, oh my fucking god, that shit would have been funny if you would have came out butt ass naked.
I sleep in my underwear.
Dude.
When he goes up there and just goes, "This is different for me." That was the first thing you said.
Dude.
I never get nervous, but I was like shaking on stage. I was like, I couldn't be a stripper.
Dude, imagine having to go up there, take off your pants. Well, actually, it's different in every state. Can they get naked here?
I haven't been to a strip club, but I think so.
We gotta ask Austin.
Yeah,
If
I have no
prostitution's legal here, there's
That's
no
a
chance strippers can't get
Excellent
naked.
point.
I don't know though. The laws are weird like that.
Yeah.
Like they don't fucking match up.
Yeah, that's true.
What
that's
was
true.
the guy's name who ran the shit? Who was going to be governor?
Dennis Hoff.
Dennis Hoff.
Dude, I love that story. When did you move to this state?
Like 2 years ago.
Okay, do you know who Dennis Hoff is?
No.
Okay, so Dennis Hoff is the guy who owned like most of the brothels in Nevada, and he wrote a book called Art of the Pimp. And
White dude or black dude?
white dude,
That's sick as fuck.
old white dude, and he ran for, I think it was state assembly in Nevada's like just some way the fuck out there like little town called Pahrump, and he was on the campaign trail with his good friend and like campaign assistant Ron Jeremy.
No fucking way.
Yeah. He wrote a book called The Art of the Pimp, and he was like campaigning with Ron Jeremy.
That's
Just
crazy.
partying with hookers and
Did
like
he win?
No, dude, okay, so like a month before the election, on the like I think it was the night of his birthday, he died. They found him in the morning dead.
Oh my god. They
Like
found him
his heart
stiff.
gave out. Like I'm sure it was like he OD'd on coke or something. Like he was just
Took
this,
like 14 Viagra and did like 12 lines and just exploded.
Here's
Exactly.
the crazy part, though. Even after that, he did win.
People voted for that nigga's corpse over the other person.
Exactly. Instead of voting for a Democrat, they're like, we'll elect a dead man.
That would have been so sick. They should have like carried his body around like he was a pharaoh. Like just carry it
Just
around. Like,
weekend at Bernie's, Tim, for
Yeah,
the
be like,
whole campaign.
well, this is our guy. And then they're gonna be like, well, you guys have Joe Biden in, so
Yeah,
I hardly see how this is different.
That
They
would've been
fully
so
could have
ahead of
gotten
its
away with
time.
it.
Dude, that would have been
So
amazing.
ahead of its time.
Probably like 5 years ahead of its time, realistically. I feel like we're going to start seeing that kind of shit.
I think we already are.
Yeah, it's just,
I think there's a couple corpses being puppeteered
Devolving.
around Washington, D.C.
devolving pretty far. It's like Luke's face. It's,
Dude, fucking, that's crazy that like you just have to win the popularity contest of the election, and then like it doesn't matter if you don't know shit or if like you're retarded, you're just in there.
I don't know, it brings a lot of skills together, you know? Like you might know how to be a fucking pimp.
Dude, oh yeah, but I mean, if you're a pimp and you win the popularity contest, then it's a cool way to go out.
But like, what do you think that's like in Congress? Because there are just crazy dumb motherfuckers like
That
in
have never
office.
done anything in their life.
And there are like some like really educated people, and just like people came from like really high class backgrounds. But there are also just like fucking like randos.
They
you
would
know?
have hated being in the same room as him.
I know.
They would have been so offended. They'd have been like, this guy ruins the sanctity of being in Congress. Now we all look like idiots.
No,
They
I
reflects on their entire existence.
no.
in there.
Honestly, though, I imagine it like a state level, somewhere like Nevada. It's pretty fucking wild in there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
For different representatives around Nevada. Because like most of them are just crazy desert people.
It's just where a bunch of people who got elected meet up and have like mafia dudes with a gun to the back of their head
Yeah,
to just
exactly.
make decisions for the casinos.
Thrown down a mine shaft in the desert.
Dude,
That's the whole meeting.
we fucking, we went and like saw some mines out near Lovelock back like when I first got here. Have you ever done any shit like that? Like going down in a mine?
Yeah. We used to do that shit super illegally because there are a bunch. There are so fucking many out there. Me and like some other friends would do it even more, but like go just way the fuck down there. And we found like sticks of unexploded dynamite and like mine carts and shit.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, did you use them?
No, like they just fucking
pussies.
picked up and left.
Dude, imagine if you would have been like, dude, if it was with our friends and we went, like Cole Hotel, he
He'd
would
been
have
like,
fucking.
dude,
he
where's the ladder?
He would have blown that bitch up, and like it would have probably caused the cave to like collapse on us.
Dude, growing up like right next to that desert, like there was just so much weird shit. because our school, like the middle school that we both went to, was like right on the fucking edge of like the shittiest part of town, and then it was just like thousands of miles of desert.
Yeah.
And so it was just people would go out there and do like crazy debaucherous shit, and there was just like shells everywhere, and we'd go on hikes there for like PE class, and sometimes they'd have to like redirect because like we were down range of just people like shooting out there, just like next to the middle school.
The school got shut down a few times because people would always just cut across with their machine guns like tied to their backs. And it was like a quicker way to get to the desert rather than going around through the neighborhood where...
like just walking across the school and they just didn't even realize like it was an issue.
Can you open carry here like that? Like with an AR?
Oh, you're not supposed to take it on school grounds. That's for sure illegal.
Yeah, don't open carry on school grounds.
Yeah, people are definitely...
Yeah, they got all sensitive about that shit after,
sensitive about it.
That thing that they called Sandy Hook.
They got all weird about it.
Yeah, they got all awkward after that Sandy Hook thing, which I want to go on record right now and say I still don't believe that shit happened.
Oh my god!
I still don't believe.
You better
Sandy
be
Hook
fucking
happened.
careful before you're paying like $60 billion to families.
That would be so funny. They're fucking Alex Jones, dude.
I didn't realize Remington gave them like an absurd amount of money
Remington
already. Yeah, like. The gun company?
Just for the fuck of it? Or like,
no, because
just because they were like, sorry.
Yeah.
Even though,
I thought you meant gave Alex Jones.
Like, give it up, buddy. You're doing a lot for us.
I think the original family that's like suing them in Connecticut, they already got like $100 million from Remington, and then like on top of that, now they're like, you owe us $1.5 billion, dude. And like, there's no cap in Connecticut, so like they can actually try to enforce that, but like in Texas there's a cap at like a certain amount to where it's like he's not gonna have to pay that much. It'll be like 100,000 or something like that.
But he also claims that he has like zero money at all.
He gave it all to his wife.
No, but he's like, people know how much money he's racking in off his like grifter like supplements and all the shit he sells like through his platform.
He's like, it's brain juice, it'll make you smart like me. It's just rape juice from fucking regular show.
I want to say he made like it was reported he made like $65 million just off like his supplement website like last year or some shit.
Dude, so he probably just like gave the company to his wife. He probably gave it, like, literally signed everything over to his wife. And, like, if she wanted to play the ultimate baller move,
it's such an insane loophole.
She could just leave him and, like, have all this shit and be like, well, good luck, Alex. And then he'll have no money. He'll owe every dime he gets, like, to those people. And he'll fucking not have his InfoWars shit.
The thing is, he still has so much influence. I feel like once you have that much influence, you can just make money off of, like, going on, like,
tours.
Exactly.
Like, he's got enough brain dead people.
Dude, he's just gonna go on the road. He's gonna starting clubs. Move up to theaters.
What if he was doing? Imagine Alex Jones is a comedian, dude. He's a captivating guy, and he has a interesting voice. I would love to hear him dole out some of his takes on stage.
He's kind of like a Sam Kinison that's not joking. In a lot of ways.
Dude.
That's a very good description, actually.
Yeah.
Let's get him to the Reno open mic.
Fucking Sam Kinison got hit by a car or something when he was a kid, and like he turned crazy. Like he was a normal guy before that. Like there's a whole book about it. Like his brother wrote it where he was like, yeah, like he was like a nice kid, and like he was trying to be a priest, and then he got hit by a car and he hit his head and turned like insane.
Damn, I'm gonna go jump in front of a fucking car, I guess.
That's how he died too, though.
By a drunk driver. It wasn't even him. That was the best part, because he had that bit where he's like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to drink and drive. And why are we going to do it? Because we do it every fucking night or whatever. And he got killed by another nigga drunk driving at like 2 p.m.
That's tough.
Yeah, that is a bad way to go out.
Honestly, kind of a good way to go out. Like, if you go out on a callback.
Yeah. At a funeral, the guy was like, I'm sure I don't need to explain it.
His show.
The guy that's like at the funeral is like, I'm sure I don't need to explain to you guys why this is hilarious.
Yeah, no, that's the best way for a comic to die. Your death is a fucking joke.
That's going to be like the capstone on the funny moments compilations.
That'd
just
be like,
your death.
That would be like if I died from getting like AIDS from fucking a bitch raw pretending to be a dude's brother.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, he really did pretend to be. Dude, that is my favorite bit that I tell because that's like a true story.
Yeah.
That one's pretty solid.
That's a good story.
Dude, have you ever, I was going to say pretended to be someone's brother to fuck, but that seems like a pretty niche thing.
Yeah, niche scenario.
You might as well ask.
Dude,
We could try it.
dude, we could definitely
I could be
try.
like, "This is my adopted black brother."
No, I'd be like, he's light skinned. You can't tell. Dude, he'd have to talk in Ebonics. You would get to say nigga. You would have to say nigga to like sell the bit. Because like, they wouldn't believe it otherwise.
We were just talking about this earlier, and I'm not going to be the one you get the money for making say it first.
I'm not going to get anybody. Like, I actually have to edit it out because fucking Jake, someone unnamed in the room says nigga sometimes, and like, I'll have to take that part out where it's no audio, but like, I know that people are watching and they're just like, what the fuck just happened to the audio? Rewind 10 seconds and they're like, read his lips.
But I feel like I feel like when you're around, like that's not even like discrimination. It's like peer pressure that he's saying it.
From you.
Exactly.
Me and Mo tried one time to get Daniel Lowe and Moman to say nigga on stage at Patty and Irene. They didn't, but fucking, oh my god.
You know who's gotten people to say it a lot? I've actually heard it a lot from white people at open mics whenever JJ comes out. Do you know JJ Lowe?
Dude, I just told Luke I met JJ for the first time yesterday.
Oh,
the
yeah?
first real nigga I've met since I've been here in Reno.
That's
like,
fire.
It's so funny. Like,
Makes you look white.
no, I mean everybody does. Even Mo makes me look white, and Mo is white as fuck.
I don't. Yeah.
Like Africans.
No,
don't
there's a
count.
gradient, and like I'm not
Africans
gonna
don't
do
count
it
as real
top to
niggas.
bottom. That's like not. I'm gonna do it side to side.
Like Nate literally broke the color barrier for Hearts of Iron 4 players, so
Dude.
he has like another level of existence
Yeah, I'm
as
the
far as
first-
black men go.
Exactly. First guy to don Nazi memorabilia.
You're like the Black Klansman, but for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, like, I'm not trying to infiltrate them. I want to be a part, like fucking the Dave Chappelle shit.
You're like the sleeper they send into like Black Panther meetings.
Dude,
To
yeah.
gather intel.
I would do that too. I would snitch on the Black Panthers. That would be like, CIA, Fred Hampton is going to be here. I'm leaving the door unlocked.
It's gonna be crazy when we find out this is all just really good blackface.
I'm like fucking Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder.
But you're just like a Korean guy under all that.
Fucking, I used to think as a kid, I was like, I would hate blackface. Like, there's no way it could work. But I saw Tropic Thunder, and I'm not joking. Like, my entire perspective changed. I was like, that's awesome. I want to see more of that, because that was honestly
That was art.
one of the exactly that's what it was. Like the scene where like that guy was like, is this nigga really gonna, like the actual black guy's like, is this nigga gonna really sit here and pretend to be black? And he fucking slapped him in the face. He hugged him. He's like, that word has been used against us negatively for the last 100 years. I was just like, Jesus Christ. That shit is amazing. Like apparently Al Jolson, the first guy that was doing blackface, was like one of the only people in the 20s that was like actually cool with black people.
Yeah.
Like he was hanging out with black dudes and like having them over for parties, and like he was just like, no, this is just like a job.
He's like, I'm just trying to make you guys feel more comfortable.
Yeah, like I guess that was just
I
like
just put on something chill, you know?
Just put on blackface and like have big lips and shit and just dance around. That shit is hilarious.
Like Jim Crow shows or whatever they're called.
Yeah, fucking. If you watch like old school cartoons, they're also like that. Like Looney Tunes in like the 40s was like making fun of like all the dictators and shit. Like I watched one the other day where they were making fun of like Hitler, Mussolini, and fucking what's that guy's name from Japan?
In the 40s?
Tojo?
Yeah,
Tojo?
yeah. It was like they had like Daffy Duck as fucking like one of them.
Oh, like DuckTales?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the like DuckTales song that's like egregiously racist? That like says the N-word? Yeah.
I feel like the thing that molded all of our senses of humor was that like early like internet shit, you know,
Yeah,
like
for
just
sure.
those
Well, like watching dudes get hit by
early
trains.
like cartoons and like
ISIS beheadings?
Did I show you that video the other day of the ISIS beheading?
That shit was so clean.
Dude,
That was like the cleanest beheading I've ever seen in my life.
I was showing
That shit was
everybody that.
crazy.
ISIS
That
is
dude's
getting-
got knife skills.
Hold up, bro. I gotta show
It's
you
like
guys.
his fucking rusty lawnmower blade makeshift machete, and that shit came off like it was like a watermelon.
Are you guys sponsored by ISIS?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of sick. You
I
should.
support them. They're freedom fighters, in my opinion.
Me and Grant are in the process of trying to convert to Islam, semi-ironically.
Dude, so you can be like fucking Andrew Tate.
Yeah. We were in the gym yesterday, and I was like, Grant, I gotta start saying Bismillah before every set, because I'm eating right now. He's like, I want to murder you.
Is Andrew Tate Muslim?
He says he is, but he says he's like,
no, I think he's ironically Muslim. He said he's Christian before.
really?
Yeah, I think it's like a joke.
Dude,
Is he in jail still?
Yeah, he's still in custody.
No, I think didn't he get let out?
I get all my
Videos
news
of him with like the hair growing back. He looks like an incel.
Really?
Yeah, he
He's
actually
always
looks,
looked a bit like he's like
it's just so
he
much
ran a
worse.
school for incels that was a front for a sex trafficking ring. Like,
By this Discord.
He's like, you want to know how you can make a lot of money? And then people are like, how? And he's like, all right, pay $50 and I'll tell you. And then like everyone's like, okay, I'll pay 50.
And then he just
like
screenshots that.
yeah, he sends in the conversation. And he's like, voila, go on, my children.
I saw this tweet and it was like Andrew Tate handshake emoji. Andrew Tate fans incel.
Oh, fucking.
I blew it.
Yeah, that was bad.
I laughed. Fuck it.
We're also fans of that Pope that like just died recently that got in trouble for like moving a rapist priest around to like fuck deaf kids.
Oh man.
Benedict. We support him as well. And R. Kelly, I just found out, dude, like, that R. Kelly album is really fucking good. He dropped a 3-part song that's like 20 minutes long called, like, just the I Admit It song where he's like, I admit, and like saying a bunch of different shit. And it's like, like, I don't know if it's fucking true, but like, he was saying, like, yeah, I did kind of fuck those kids, but like, hey, the parents would like bring them in front of me and be like, it's cool, do it. And like, they're trying to get money. And
It's like a true successor to hiding in the closet.
yeah. And then they were like, we got to take this shit down.
That's fucking crazy.
the thing is, there's no good pedophilia, but there's like it's like that Shane Gillis joke. It's like there is a best. Like there is there is a funniest school shooting. Like there is a best kind of pedophilia. I'm gonna abort this train before it gets any worse.
The best one would be like a dude that like is really into like raping midgets, and then he just accidentally scoops up a kid, and he's like afterwards, he's like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah. That's innocent pedophilia for sure.
I had a bit I was writing the other day that I realized was like ripping off Brandon Straker because he had a bit about like using using midgets to get pedophiles off, but mine ends with like, oh yeah, I set him up with a midget instead of a kid, and he's like, oh, I wasn't a pedophile. I just really love raping people. I always try and take it to the farthest extent on my bits and just say the craziest shit.
Every once in a while, you hit it out of the park,
Yeah.
and
then,
most of the time, it bombs horrifically.
people are like, oh, I don't know if I can laugh at that.
When you did that joke, there was a set swap with who the fuck are you set swapping with?
Moment.
Yeah. Where it was like,
He said, have you ever fucked someone so hard they got retarded? And I went up and I was like, have you ever fucked somebody so retarded that it was hard? And that fucking killed.
no, it's the way you said it though. Your delivery was like, you're like, I haven't. You were like nervous and like kind of like jitter, but you were like, I haven't fucked someone so hard they're retarded, but I have fucked someone so retarded it was hard. Like you said it with like that cadence and confidence,
Dude.
Fucking, it was so good.
Yeah, that fucking doesn't happen often. Like, were you there the night that I did like super well?
I think I was in the other room.
Yeah, fucking, that was horrible. Because one, I didn't record it, but like now every show that I do, like even if I get like last night at Coffee and Comics, I thought I did horrible, but JJ was like, no, that was a good set. And I was like, I don't know. It didn't feel good. And like everything feels bad now that I've seen what it feels like to do good.
Yeah. But the thing is too, if you record an early set, like a set where what's one of your first times where you're like, oh, I did well, you're gonna watch that shit in a few months and be like, what the fuck was that bullshit?
And JJ will lie to your face.
JJ,
About way more important shit than your set.
what happened with that trip to where you guys went to Vegas?
Oh, that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I don't know why there was no show. He told me he met Pauly Shore
What?
while he was in LA. And that he got booked at his club. And it sounded, believable. I don't know. And then we flew down there and the show did not exist. I still had a great time, but I was pretty disappointed in that. I don't get what he gained from it because he split me on the money on everything and shit. I don't.
Did he tell you in advance that you were going to take an amp out and do the shit on the strip?
Yeah, that was a good plan, I thought. And then, we realized that everybody's doing way cooler shit than watching two open micers try and put a hat out and
they
make some.
dragged an amp out onto the Vegas Strip and just yelled comedy at people, which is
I did
one
like
of the
45.
most ridiculous things.
Dude,
45 to people who really don't want to see you do comedy.
Nah, not at all.
That's fire.
how long were you guys out there doing it?
Oh, like 3 days.
Like, no, but like, I'm saying, like, how long?
That's straight.
It felt like 3 days.
That's fucking crazy. 'Cause
No, it was like hours. Yeah.
hours. Were you
I
just
mean, we
repeating
kept
material?
moving spots.
Did you even
and-
have that much material? Were
I
you
mean,
just doing
yeah.
like your oldest, worst shit?
No, I've been doing this shit a long time.
That's true. You've got a lot of zingers.
Yeah, but I mean, you would kind of recycle after 1,000 people had walked by. You would just start over with the good stuff, and then find out it wasn't the good stuff.
Was there like any time that you actually had like a decent sized crowd, being like 7 or more people that were like stopped actually paying
I
attention?
don't think one person stopped.
God damn.
We were trying our hardest, and JJ's good at this shit because we went to Food Truck Fridays. And he did the same thing. And we got a crowd of like 50 people around us.
What?
It was sick. Yeah, he had me like started out. He was like, do it. And I was like, all right. And then, yeah, I got like 20 people. He got another 20. And then that was a good show.
Damn. Okay.
Vegas Strip is probably just like a really tough crowd for comedy.
I mean,
They're
there's so
probably
much
just-
better stuff to do.
They're probably literally like annoyed that they had to walk around you guys because it's like packed on the
It's like
fucking.
1:30 and they're blackout drunk and they're like, I do not want to listen to jokes right now. They're just shambling around.
Well, that's the thing. Stand up can be so good in like small entertainment starved places, like versus cities where there's like other shit to do. Like it brings in crowds where they're like, oh yeah, I could be doing other shit. Like I'm not necessarily a comedy, but like if you do it in somewhere like just middle of fucking nowhere, people come out of the fucking hills and just
like, okay.
dig that shit, you know, because nothing ever happens there.
Is that what happened in Gardnerville? I heard that you guys had like a really like packed out show there.
Oh, yeah.
That was part of it, yeah. Like that. Well, and it's like shows in Elko are great.
Oh, yeah, 'cause-
so often. Michael and I are doing a show in Urington in like a week or two. That's gonna be awesome. And like those small towns, like people like I don't know. You can go up in cities and do rooms that are like big cities and do rooms that are just as shitty or worse than like any open mic in Reno. But like so many rural rooms, it's like there's like a community there. When people say shit to each other, it's like they actually come out and show up.
Jeff said that like the Seattle scene sucked. Like at the shows he went to, he said most of the people sucked, and like you had to sign up like a month before to actually get on a show.
I went to one in Seattle, and it was not the best.
I wouldn't imagine them for being like having good comedy. I just think of them as like,
Devoid of a sense of humor up there.
yeah, I think of them as like Portland Part 2. Like they might fucking have like a bunch of retards take over a couple city blocks.
I think I was the only person on the show with one gender.
What?
Nice.
Like everybody else had multiple.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they'd let you guys know about it
Yeah.
on stage too. Dude,
That's mandatory.
In my head, like the population of Seattle's like 50% like seething anarchists with a septum piercing, and then like 50% just unconscious heroin addicts laying on the sidewalk.
Philadelphia's a big player in the game now of people being whacked out
Oh,
on
that
heroin
shit
on the
is
street.
fucking crazy.
Kensington Avenue.
Yeah, Max was telling me about it because his family's from Philly, so they go there all the time, and he's seen it, and he's like, it says it's so much worse than it even was like 5 years ago.
They're a new player to the game. They're young. They're
Not
like-
even though. It's just like everywhere's collectively getting that bad.
Yeah.
especially in the Midwest, because like they don't have shit to do. So like you said, they sometimes they'll go to comedy, sometimes they'll go to heroin, and there's a lot of heroin out in the fucking Midwest.
Dude, Reno's been worse lately.
Really?
Oh yeah, like I mean, compared to the like I don't know, like 5 years ago, like it's always been like kind of sketchy, but like I don't know, I feel like
A lot more zombies walking around.
yeah, I had a zombie show me your tit the other week. Just jump in front of my car,
Fire.
and just like, it's
Dude.
like free tit. Okay, I think like
it's
it was about to
meth,
rot off. Yeah, I think it could have been meth, but like, dude, I don't know.
One time I was smoking a joint outside the Arch Society during a show, and I saw this fucking homeless dude like dancing in front of cars, like doing Fortnite emotes. And then,
Yo, were you at the library the other night when that homeless lady flashed her pussy?
Oh, man.
I left like 5 minutes before because I was like, this mic is so fucking bad. What am I doing here? There's like 3 people. They've all heard all of these jokes. And So I left, and like as soon as I like got home, I saw this shit about like how some homeless woman had just come in and like started yelling a bunch of shit, which happens there like quite often.
Oh yeah. I was on stage during that. I thought you meant literally showed her pussy.
No, so this lady like walked up there and was saying some shit and like ran on stage and to prove she was a woman just dropped her pants or something.
Oh, I wasn't there for that one.
No, yeah, that happened like the other.
Dude.
I've seen crazy
How do you
homeless
follow
people.
that?
I've seen crazy homeless people like rush the stage when Molman's on stage like, a few times.
This moment is like a person that like you, if you're looking at someone that you want to like rush the stage on.
It's just
like,
a little fucking snack.
Dude, like him or fucking Daniel Lowe.
Yeah.
Dude, those two look like they could be brothers. Someone, I forgot who it was, but someone said they look like the Russian stacking dolls whenever they stand next to each other.
No.
Dude.
Matryoshkas.
Is that the word? What was it?
Matryoshka.
Matryoshka. I'm intrigued. Do you do stand-up?
Mm-mm.
Never tried?
No.
Never will?
I don't know. Probably not, but...
Dude, you should come out. Like, even if you suck, like a lot of people out there suck.
Yeah, I know, but I'd probably like actually feed myself a 44 Magnum if I had too bad of a set.
Dude, on stage, that's what I'm saying. Like that's
the highest form of comedy is just like shooting yourself in the head, low key. But
Dude, like the Bud Dwyer video, I can't stress how many times I've watched that.
that
and
guy's
laughed.
like a comedy kingpin.
if your last words were like, no, this is a bit, and then you shot yourself, and everyone's like, was it a bit?
That would be hilarious. Everyone's like sitting there like waiting.
Leave it open ended.
Not even recorded.
Dude.
Forget to press record.
People are just like, well, that sucked again. And he's like, died for nothing.
It's also so hard to like once you start recording and like putting your shit up, you realize how hard it is to like get a good clip. Like getting a really like quality like clip and like the subtitling isn't hard like when you figure it out. Like none of that shit, but like just good audio quality, getting good camera angle and everything. Like it's just fucking.
I did like 60 straight jokes every day, and I hate every single one of them now. After going back over it.
60 straight jokes. What do you mean?
I was doing a joke a day, just posting it on everything, and then I kind of ran out. I still had jokes, but I was getting shittier footage, but now I've gone back over, and I need to redo the whole thing. But that's all right.
Yeah, you just gotta get higher. Like, if you put them out and, like, they don't pop, it's like you can recycle them. Like, you didn't burn the material or anything.
Even if you get 100,000 views.
Yeah,
you
it's
didn't
just
burn
random fucking people.
That's how Andrew Tate got huge. Is he just had a bunch of his, like, videos get reposted by a bunch of different people. So, like, even if the shit is out there, like, the more times it's out there, it's giving it, like, a better chance to get seen, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, it's almost like you gain off people, like, pirating and stealing your content as long as they're reposting it and getting views.
Because he's, like, he didn't have an account that he got huge on. He, like, got huge on YouTube. So it was, like...
They're just, like,
his
nerds
videos were just
reposting
out there,
clips of him with Sigma music edited over it.
That shit is so funny. That's like that's such a niche thing to where like if you think that's funny, it is, but if you don't, you probably think that's the most annoying shit ever. Like the fucking Trump Punisher schools. Dude, we need to see a comeback of those.
Yeah, there's no
I don't think
comeback
I've seen
needed,
that.
bro.
Yeah, they're out there.
Yeah,
you just gotta drive a little bit. They're out. Oh, they're out there. You
On
gotta
the back
drive like
windshields of like new like Toyota Tacomas and like stock F-150s everywhere.
Oh yeah, you just drive 30 minutes south.
Dude, what the fuck is Gardnerville like?
It's like that. It's like that. A lot of the Punisher flags.
Trump
a lot
Punisher
of, yeah, a lot of,
Somebody planned a Black Lives Matter rally there, and like 2 black people showed up, and the rest was old people with machine guns
Oh my god!
against them.
Yeah, 1,500 counter protesters showed up to this thing.
They were like, "You're not taking over our town."
Oh my god, that's fucking lit.
Really made me. It was gross.
It's fucking actually insane. Like,
Dude,
these
how is
crazy.
that not like national news?
It
I
was.
saw
It
it
got
on-
picked up by CNN.
I saw it on some news for sure.
Well, it started. The sheriff there. It started with the sheriff there. Released this whole thing about like how to support Black Lives. Just out like this unhinged rant on like the like county like just main page. at like the library board for like planning to sign this deck, like I don't know, it was some fucking petition thing with Black Lives Matter or something, and they just like put in the agenda that they were going to talk about it.
Yeah, and everyone lost their mind.
The sheriff just posted this whole fucking like crazy like unhinged rant just like on the main just like county website, and that got picked up by like all the national news.
He's like, fuck those niggas. They're not going to talk about that. No, that's not coming here.
Yeah, so like Gardnerville's an interesting place. It's a great place for stand up because those people will laugh at anything, except even like. I don't know.
I didn't think it was that.
The room tightened up at certain times.
Yeah, but we're gonna do it again and see fucking what we get.
That's the thing. I'm wondering if we blew our wad. You know.
I don't think so.
How many people went up or went to your show?
There was like 95.
Yeah.
No, I mean like the comics.
We had Michael, Sierra, Brandon, Wes hosted, and me.
Did they get tighter on Brandon's set?
No, Brandon did the best, maybe.
They got real tight at the end.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I had to keep running in and out. I feel like I don't have a good.
No, as soon as he got into his cuckolding joke, which is such a fucking good joke.
Which one is that?
Like,
Just because all the people in the room were cucks.
no, it was because it's about race, where he's like, where it's like if you're it's like a lot of times these guys have a black guy doing it, and it's like if you're paying him like. Or it's like if you're paying, or if that's what you're sexually into, that's awesome, good for you. But if you're just having a black dude do some shit that you don't want to do and not paying him for it, I think we all know that's wrong. Like it was this whole long like slavery bit. I'm butchering it. It's like a long thing, and the crowd tightened the fuck up on that.
God-fearing white Christian men in the room were like, "I'd never."
Yeah, the thing, dude. That's the thing though. It's like. Brandon can like that happens sometimes with him, but it's like his jokes are so fucking good, like just structurally, like they're so fucking purely funny. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, he's just like I'll book him on any fucking show, you know, like 'cause
Brandon's a beast.
Even if he like goes really hard, like it's just oh god, just structurally,
it's always
the
entertaining.
jokes are fucking phenomenal.
Not my favorite one of his bits, but one of the hardest I've laughed is whenever he does the bit where he goes on and he just like hypes himself up, where he's like, "Yeah, I'm fucking jacked as fuck," and like every comedian knows it's a bit, but everyone else in the room is just confused as hell about like why he's hyping himself up. He's like, "Yeah, I also like make a fuck ton of money, but like, yeah, that's obvious because like I'm also smart as hell, and all smart people make money." He's like, got a big dick too, like
just really stares into it.
Dude, this shit is so
as soon
funny.
as you think it's over, he just keeps doing it for like 5 minutes.
I saw him drive up, and he has like a new car, and I was like, "Oh shit, you got a nice car. That surprises me." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm successful and shit."
Yeah,
dude, Mo is also like an engineer. I didn't know that.
Oh, I remember I made some joke about like how I don't care if rich people live or die. Or something because like a bear would rip people's like doors off. It was some joke about like these fucking yuppies, you know, like up in Tahoe, and like nobody laughed. And I was like, "What the fuck? Like we're all comedians, we're all broke." And Brendan's like, "That sounds like some shit a poor person would say."
Dude, fucking.
And Mo's like, "Yeah, dude. Like Dente is a therapist. I'm an engineer. Like,
god damn." Fucking. Last night I opened up at Patty and Irene's, like asking a guy if he would own slaves if he could, and he was like. No, I wouldn't own slaves. And I was like, no, that's a lie. You know how I know that's a lie? Because everyone would have slaves if they could. Like, I would 1,000% prefer, like, someone else cutting my grass other than me having to cut my grass, like, every time. Like, I don't give a fuck what race they are, but, like, it would be nice to own white slaves. Because, like, I don't want, like, a fat white lady to, like, warm my bed up. Then I could like go outside and look her husband in the face and decide if I'm gonna fucking sell him or not.
I would disagree, but that was status quo for all of human history.
That's the truth. If you could have slaves, you would.
If it was hundreds of years ago and it was like totally normal,
no, I would do it today. If Black Lives Matter did take over the country and like you guys became slaves, I'm sorry, but I would bid, and I'm not.
Okay, but who would you bid the highest for?
Oh, Luke looks like he could reach the apples high. I don't know. Jake is
I got
strong
a worker's body.
I would want him to cart.
He's got a Lenny of mice and men body.
Yeah. I'd get you guys to like carry me around in a chariot. Like, not even like you guys would be the horses on my carriage, and I just have like 60 white dudes like fucking with like the reins on them whipping.
Dude, in ancient Rome, they used to be like a status symbol, like how many slaves you rolled with. So every senator in the fucking room would have like
just bust down
50
with
fucking
people.
slaves just hanging out.
That's sick as fuck.
Like, what would that have looked? Just 50 slaves just sitting around this one dude in a robe, and he's like...
I can imagine Nate having like 100 slaves just like walking into the mall, and they're like all wearing like matching like tech fleece jumpsuits with like matching shiesties on. They're just like all got their heads down. It's just a bunch of white kids.
That's a better flex than like jewelry.
Well, Mo has a joke about how he wants to... His new joke about how he wants to adopt a white baby as a status symbol.
Yeah. Dude, that shit is
fire.
He was like, it depends on where I get the baby. I want a beautiful baby. I don't want an ugly little white baby.
Trailer trash white baby.
Dude, imagine if like every time you wanted to adopt a kid, like they're like, okay, but like you can't choose the kid and it's gonna be completely random. And like they had like a wheel of fortune with the kids, and then like spun it around, and they're like, oh, I guess he's getting this 17-year-old fucking ginger insane kid.
Dude, honestly,
That kind of makes sense.
I kind of want the weird kid.
Really?
Yeah. I want to have a kid that's like so fucking weird.
I would not.
Like,
want
no. Like, not even like.
Yeah,
not,
until they start fucking your dog.
No. That's the kid. You guys remember the kid that like meowed in class?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are mainly girls.
No. The kid who would wear like the same Minecraft hoodie every day. You know, like, I want that kid, right?
Zip up creeper.
Yeah, you don't gotta worry about anyone fucking that kid, right?
I like dangerously towed the line of being like the Minecraft creeper hoodie kid for a while. Thank God I got
really
bullied
see
out
that.
of it, but
Dude,
Bullying is good.
I know.
There was
Big honestly, pretty big advocate for bullying.
Me too. There was a guy outside of what's that fucking grocery store? I think it's like Smith's or something. And the guy was coming out. He's like, "You want to donate to end bullying?" And I was like, "No." Like,
They've been everywhere.
we could ever make.
So I literally told him about the fucking. I think it's a Dave Chappelle bit where he's like, "Oh yeah, we stopped bullying for a while, and then the first time a bully came through, like to run for president, no one knew how to deal."
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
that was Chris Rock. I think.
Yeah, I was explaining that to him, and I was like, "Dude, bullying is good."
Did you actually talk to this guy?
Yeah, so he stopped me.
Stop to bully this guy.
He
Fucking
stopped
beat him
me.
up and took his
You
lunch
fucking
money.
nerd.
Dude, he stopped me and he was like, "Can you give me money for this?" And I'm like, "No, since you're asking me for money, I'm going to explain why this is a dumb cause." And then,
Rolled.
Gotta break a few suicide eggs to make an omelet, but still.
dude, imagine if that guy was just like, "God damn it, he's right," and went home and killed himself. That's one.
I got bullied by like a child today at Target, like a 17-year-old employee probably.
What?
Because I'm like don't want to call myself out, so I get fired for being a racist, but I'm like a vendor for flowers at some stores. And like this kid just comes up to me and is like, "Are you the flower guy?" And I was like, "Yeah, why, what's up?" And they were like, "You suck at your job." And I was like, "Okay." And they just walked away. I was like, damn.
I do feel like I maybe have been bullied by children more as an adult than when I was in school.
Dude, kids here are scared of me, and I like that. Like, they keep their distance.
Yeah, they've never seen one of you.
Exactly, dude. They're like, "I don't know. That guy might literally attack me if I say something to him." Like,
I never thought about how the flowers got there. That's interesting.
What the? What?
because it's like fresh flowers, and like the fucking
Yeah, you
store
know
is
they
not-
don't have them
You
growing
think they
in
just
the bag.
fucking grow them there?
No,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. I just started a vending job. I don't know. You just never think about this shit.
It's like hella random.
How stuff gets there.
like the Coke machines. Like, those people fill those up with like the Coke, the Sprite, the like all the sodas. Like, that's a vendor that comes in and does that.
Yeah.
It's not even like a fucking
And they make like $40 off that machine.
dude. They make
So
a
what's the economics of that?
no? Because there's quite a few in there. What are sodas now? Like,
$1
No, they're like
fuck
$3 at the grocery store.
in a vending machine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
not a vending machine. Like
The little fridges by checkout.
the fridge
Oh,
bar
okay.
checkout,
Yeah.
Dude, vending machines seem like a crazy idea too. They're like fucking, I don't know, like Redbox. Like,
That is what a Redbox is. Yeah, that's right. It is a vending machine.
yeah.
Redbox worked for like a decent minute.
But then Netflix
Like a
came in and-
year.
Yeah.
They have all sorts of like crazy vending machines and shit in like Japan.
Like ones to buy teenage girls' panties.
Yeah. That's
And it has like a teenage girl in it that it puts the panties on for like 5 minutes and heats them up and then like dispenses it to you.
That's why Jaden went to Japan. That's the real reason.
Probably. I wonder if he found his lady boy. I hope he did, for his sake.
Dude.
You can like select it. You can just punch in a code and they put it on a different like one's a lady boy code, like, one's a like fat white lady like to warm them up. You know,
She'd warm them up. She wouldn't need 5 minutes. She could get the farting and it would be quick.
just stick some pizza
it's
rolls
just like
in there to keep them warm.
It's like funneling like fermented soybean paste into her throat, so she's just constantly ripping ass into these underwear.
Like she's a fucking cow.
Yeah, that'd be gas.
Nathan would have a whole field of those.
Oh my god, make them graze on grass.
just eating them.
Like, oh my god.
Would you like
Eat a person? Yes. Dude,
I was gonna put like a moral qualifier on that and you way didn't need it.
No, dude, like if there was like a place where I could legally buy like if someone was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill myself, but like you guys can turn me into food like after I die, like I would pay money to eat, like to see what a person tasted
I
like.
feel like you don't care about how it's sourced. You just added that on afterwards.
You're gonna get prion disease just to like taste some shitty pork.
No, you get that if you eat like brains, but you don't get that from eating
No, you do.
what?
You just, I mean, you have to eat like a decent amount of it to
That's
have
not a leg
like
steak.
a bad risk. But like literally, like I like dove into the lore of like the Cannibal Cafe days on like Tor browser shit. And like most of those dudes that ended up like eating people like were so pissed and disappointed by it. They were like, this was like so anticlimactic and sucked.
What do you mean eating people? They were like, oh,
Yeah,
the
like
build up
they
to
like
it.
fantasized about cannibalism for like years and decades, and then like finally when they went through with it, it was like they're like that sucked.
Of course, it's not going to be
Yeah.
that great. I mean,
Because there was like a
I'm sure some of them though were like there had to be some like really good cooks who did it up well. You know.
yeah, I guess so.
They were like,
'Cause,
that was lit.
like the story I'm specifically thinking of was like this old German dude. This was Cannibal Cafe for sure. Like that wasn't the only place where people did that shit. But he ended up like getting in touch with this other. It was like two elderly German dudes. The one guy wanted to eat someone, and the other guy was chronically depressed and wanted to kill himself. And he was like, "Okay, I'll come to your house, and then we can like do whatever, so that I can kill myself, and then you can eat me." But he was like, "I want to eat. Like, I don't want to like cut the meat from like your dead body or whatever. So like, I'm gonna have to like cut your arm off while you're still alive." And like I'll just leave you in the bathtub. And they had like this whole nice process, I guess. They like got drunk together and shit and like hung out, and then hops in the bathtub, cuts his arm off. It was either his arm or his leg, I can't remember, but I think it was his arm because it took him like a long time to actually die. And then he just goes and like cooks this dude's arm, eats it, gets like pissed because he's like, this fucking sucks. And he's like, and now I just fucking killed and ate somebody, so like my life is fucking ruined.
Well, isn't
this shit sucked ass.
Isn't the whole thing with like hunting though? Like if you don't get a clean kill, like the adrenaline starts pumping and ruins the meat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it tastes awful.
If you're cutting someone's arm off, there's gotta be some weird shit in the meat. Like
why do you think that was more humane or whatever?
farm to table, you know, keep
it
it
wasn't
fresh.
necessarily
That's
like
so wrong though. Like,
I don't.
it definitely wasn't out of consideration of the guy. It was because he like didn't want to eat the dead person's meat, so he like fucked the dude over, getting him to like cut his arm off. But then the dude just like,
What?
I think he just let him bleed out in the tub, and then he had
Oh
to deal with it.
God.
But I want to say he's like out of jail now.
He should
in
like,
Germany,
That
though.
can't be true. I mean,
I
in
heard
Germany,
about
maybe,
this,
yeah.
not
Yeah.
in this detail, but
God,
He might be in jail for the rest of his life.
But some people, some of
I
those
saw
cannibals, like they went back for like seconds, you know.
dude,
Yeah.
fucking, they're like, all right, I know I did my time, and maybe I said I learned my lesson, but guys, you just don't understand how good it tastes.
Like I love the idea of like, you know, like Jeffrey Dahmer like watching like a cooking tutorial like on YouTube
Yeah.
while he like fries up like someone, you know. Like, That would be such a good idea for. I've been thinking about doing a sketch like that, where it's like someone like executive chef in like a fucking Michelin star restaurant. It's just like Jeffrey Dahmer, and like they keep fucking up, and he's like nitpicking over every detail. And every time they throw it out, they just fucking like kill someone. Like,
Dude, you got to get someone with a really good Jeffrey Dahmer accent.
I feel like I look like him with the glasses.
I was thinking that.
Holy shit, yeah.
You have the same hair as him, like when he was in high school.
Yeah.
We kind of do look like knockoffs Dahmer and Bundy. A little bit.
Dude.
And Bundy, that's a compliment.
Ted Bundy?
No, you and me.
Oh, okay.
I'm Bundy.
Yeah.
Stay in your fucking
shit.
lane.
Dude. Have you seen the Zac Efron Ted Bundy movie?
No.
Yeah, that was
Netflix?
good.
Dude, that shit had me like low-key thinking that nigga might have been innocent. 'Cause, like Ted Bundy was, fucking Zac Efron was just so handsome. I was like, dude.
Have you seen the crimes he's done to his face since then, though?
Oh, yeah. He
like
fucked
an
up his
old
face
person.
with like Botox and shit.
Ted Bundy? Oh, Zac
Zac
Efron. Oh,
Efron.
yeah, I did see that.
That shit's hilarious. He looks terrible.
He's like 30, right?
Yes.
he looked
What?
great and like immediately destroyed himself.
Yeah, he got
I
like
haven't seen this.
botched Botox and it looks all fucked up.
He was gonna be this generation's Rob Lowe, except for he didn't like fuck a teenager. But like he was gonna be like handsome for a long time.
He could have.
But Rob
There's
Lowe,
always still time.
there is still,
always
but
still
now he looks like a freak. No one's gonna. Well, I mean, they will.
He's still Zac Efron, yeah.
He still has money, but like, dude, he was so handsome before, and he just destroyed himself.
Dude, yeah, it's really bad.
They would have been better if he would have got like face tattoos. Like his lips are like fucking completely disgusting now.
I gotta see this.
It's like bad plastic surgery on the level of who's that singer that had like Klinefelters? It was like
What the fuck is Klinefelters?
it's like the weird syndrome where you have like a male female body and you're kind of like long alien built.
What?
Dude, okay, I probably sound like a schizo, so let me just figure out who this person
Oh my
That sounds like kind of the dream body in 2023. Like
What
just
the
an
fuck are any of these
androgynous
pictures?
anorexic.
I feel like I'm on mushrooms. What the fuck?
What are you looking at?
Zac Efron now
Oh yeah.
was my Google search, and I don't know what that is. That's like a fat, fit guy.
Yeah, that shit's scary.
Bad podcasting. Can I try one of those?
Yeah, of course.
I've shit talked them every time, but I ran out of tequila and soda. What are they?
What, long drinks? They're like it's like a soda kind of thing. I don't really know what the alcohol is.
Who gives
Oh, it's
a-
gin. Oh, damn, that explains a lot.
Whoa, that sounded sick in the headphones.
ASMR. Wes, why don't you drink? Did you get a DUI?
No, I didn't get a DUI.
Go
I
in
was
Matt
just
Owens mode.
no, no. I was just like doing it too much, and so I stopped, and then I was like, oh, I don't want to have to stop again. I don't know, it's just better.
I like your idea of like treating it as any other drug. Like just do it every once in a while. I think you've told me that. Maybe not.
I don't drink anymore. But
I
I
thought
do.
you told me like, yeah, you go to a festival or something.
I'll do like that's the thing. Alcohol is always around. Like it's really accessible, and if something's really accessible, I'll just do it all the fucking time. And like with weed and nicotine, it's like you can kind of get away with it. But like if I go to a coke or like a festival one weekend and do a shit ton of like Molly and coke and acid and shit, it's like I'm not gonna be doing that shit like every day when I
it's
come
not gonna
back.
be fun
Like,
to
it's-
do at home.
and it's hard to find like good shit, you know, and like I don't know. So it's like, you know, I can go to people were like making jokes about it because I came back from a festival and we were doing like a show, like house party at Noel's house. And I still had all these fucking drugs from this festival, and like one of my buddies I'd gone with, and we were still in that mode of like do drugs in public mode. So we just brought a shitload of cocaine to the function and like ketamine.
And everyone's like,
Yeah, and
God.
I was only like a few months into comedy, and it was when I was like first getting tight with like everyone. I'm just
everyone's thrown for a loop.
yeah.
That would be fucking hilarious if a new comic just like Like, that'd be funny if I did that shit. Like, one day I show up and I'm doing coke at the Art Society.
Well, and the thing is,
Nobody would hate it.
The thing is, I don't drink, and everyone knew me as the guy who doesn't drink. And I showed up, I was just like coke and ketamine.
God damn.
And I was like, so everyone made fun of it. And I was like, look, if I do this, I do it for just a little bit, and then I'm not doing it all the time. Where it's like,
Well, you have it, so you like have to do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a couple times a year, I'll do a shitload of drugs. But if I have shit around, dude, I'll do it all. Like I have, like, if I have shit around, I'll just do it all the time.
That's crazy. I'm all right with that sort of thing. Like that right there is a thing of mushroom pills, and like, I'll take a bunch of them every once in a while. But like, mushrooms isn't a thing where you're like, I want to do this like every day.
Dude, the thing is, I don't love mushrooms, and I have a bunch of mushrooms, and I do them all the time.
Really? Just because you're like, oh.
Just because they're there, and I'm like, this will be fun. And then every time I'm like,
sitting uncomfortable, grinding your teeth, staring at the ceiling. Like, I don't like this anymore. My stomach hurts.
Literally. And I just do that like once every couple weeks.
Dude, that's fair. A couple weeks isn't that often.
No, sometimes more often though, but like
you're like, oh well, I have done it 3 times this week.
I just have like a mediocre trip, like a good few times a month.
Yeah, dude. Fucking I don't even know about that because people say like if you do acid or like mushrooms too often, your trip gets lowered. But I haven't really done it like that. But I have a feeling if I did acid 2 days in a row, like you
don't feel it the second day.
Really?
Not nearly as much.
Dude, fucking like I went to Hawaii in the summer and like I did acid 2 days there, and like it was split up by a day, but like it was both of them were good.
Did you say Hawaii?
Yeah,
that's sick.
Dude, it was so cool. We were doing hikes and shit.
It kind of depends on how much other shit you have in your brain too. Because it's like, if you do a bunch of drugs and then try and do acid the next day, like, you can realize, like, when your brain is just, like, they're like, I can't fucking throw pictures at you anymore. Like, chill the fuck out, bro. Give it a minute.
No. The first time I did acid, we did it, and then we walked from, like, way north Reno all the way to Circus through the dirt. I don't even know how we got there.
Jesus Christ.
And then we got there, and we had a great day, fucking 8 hours or whatever. And then we did it again. We hit up everybody we could in Reno. Found this guy called Sugar Cube Shane. And he gave us these sugar cubes, and then we did it again that night. So twice in 16 hours. Dude, was my first experience with it. It was the best.
I'm trying to think of the first time I did acid.
Dude, I remember when I saw, before I had ever done, like, any drugs or, like, hardly drank at all, I was, like, super straight edge in high school, and I ran into Luke at a fucking festival in Tahoe.
Oh,
like,
shit.
17 or something. I don't know how old we were. Like, 17, I think. And Luke was just standing there looking around, just like huge pupils. I was like,
Luke shit.
I was like, what did you take? He's like, I took a sugar cube. And I was like, what does that mean? Like,
you just had no clue what he was talking about.
I kind of suspected it was acid, but I was just like, what the fuck?
Dude, it's crazy because like before
we had some. Yeah, I got like 2 things that didn't work, and then I found the sugar cube.
Goo wants me to do acid with him in Barcelona when we go this summer, and that might bring me out of psychedelics retirement.
Dude, that would be so sick. Fucking, before I did acid, I had an insane idea of what it would be like. Like, I was thinking, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna see, like, actual insane hallucinations of, like, fucking, like, people that aren't there and, like, fucking elephants and shit.
Well, yeah, because very few, like, cinematic depictions of it really do it any justice.
Yeah, it's just, like... It's like smoking weed in GTA.
There are a couple, like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Dude, that one's actually pretty good,
you know, because it's the disorientation and the intensity of it
and
all.
The carpet moving.
Yeah. There are a few where they're, like, really good, but most of them are so fucking bad.
Like, for me, mushrooms are more visual, but acid will, like, scramble my brain to where, like, I'll be tripping, but, like, I'll just, like, lose the train of thought and then I mean, I do that normally, but, like, I don't know. It's like I'll be like confused watching shit. Like the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episodes where it's like just a bunch of like different references. Like I sat up watching this for like 4 hours one night with Balin and Jake Brantley, and like we got Balin to do acid, and she's like this super preppy girl that like didn't even really smoke weed.
Wait, what was her name?
Balin. I'm gonna edit that out.
Okay.
But fucking, I'll show you.
That was the one last name you threw in.
Fucking, I love throwing last names out, and then afterwards be like, well, I guess I gotta fucking edit that out. But we were sitting up watching those episodes, just going, what? Like, why are they bringing this up now? And like just losing our minds, like not comprehending like that what it was.
What?
I need to do that again. But like mushrooms, I'll like sit in my bed and like watch fucking Better Call Saul and just be like, whoa, this looks crazy.
It's never as fun. Mushrooms are never as fun as I think they're gonna be. Acid, I would just fucking love.
Really?
Oh, dude, I'll eat acid like hand over fist. Like that's the thing. Like there was a period of time where I was doing acid like 3 or 4 times a week.
Holy shit.
And at that point,
That's like a day job.
Jesus Christ.
And I had a day job. I would do it and go to work and shit. I was just living my life.
Dude, I would not be good at work on acid.
I remember
Did you have to talk to people or anything? Or?
It's kind of, okay. It's kind of like, you know when you when you smoke infrequently,
Yeah.
and you smoke and you're like, holy shit,
Yeah.
you know, and then you do it every day. And you kind of get desensitized to it, you know, and you can do it in the day to day. And then you're like, oh, I like doing this and doing everything.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, it was like that, but not. It was like that, but like way too fucking much.
this kid that me and Nate went to high school with named Caleb. I remember like reached out to me one time over Snapchat to like ask me how acid works, basically, because he was like, yeah, I've done LSD the past 8 days in a row and gone into my work at Domino's, and now like my nose is bleeding and my head hurts really bad. And I was like, maybe don't do it for a little while, and don't do it 8 days straight at Domino's. And he was like, oh, okay, for sure.
Thank you. Grind, though.
Why was his nose bleeding?
I don't know.
Some Domino's air.
He thought you were Dr. Drew or something.
Dude.
Domino's is the shit.
That's what they should use acid as like a torture method where like someone goes to prison, like you put them in solitary confinement and give them like 5 tabs and just like watch them go nuts in there.
Well, when acid first came to America, that's how it was used. It was like this Swedish company had like, we were like, hey, we have 1 million hits of this shit that we like chemically produce, because like it was synthesized over in Europe first.
It was invented here, though, right?
No, Albert Hoffman first synthesized it over in like fucking
UK.
Oh, I always pictured him in America. I don't know why.
No. But Sweden was like, oh, we have 1 million hits of this. Like, do you guys want it? And the CIA bought it in like the early 60s.
Oh, when they were doing the fucking
Those fucks.
The CIA bought it in
San Francisco.
Well, they bought it in the early 60s because they wanted to use it as like a chemical warfare weapon to just spray over a whole city and then go in and kill everybody while they're disoriented kind of thing, and like just scramble society by just dropping shitloads of acid on people. But the way they test it is they just pick up fucking homeless people from this. They just kidnap homeless people and like they bring in like unsuspecting like participants to these scientific studies, dose them with a shitload of acid without telling them, and then like torture them or like fuck with them or like see how they reacted in like all these different situations. Just like torture
MK
people.
Ultra, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
They
Yeah,
did that in
exactly.
San Francisco, like at whorehouses, where they would have like a guy in there, and then like they'd have the prostitute like leave the room, and they'd spray like acid aerosols in the room, and then they would just run tests on him. And like there'd be guys behind windows just watching him lose his mind.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
like, all right, guys, first impressions, acute mental illnesses, and this stuff.
Like, imagine
make
if
very
streaming
well.
was around then, dude. Holy shit.
The
That would
CIA
be
live stream.
Dude, imagine the pop you would get just off like one of those videos.
They got like
I would
2
fucking
million.
watch.
They've got like 2 million live viewers on their CIA Twitch channel. It's just some like 60-year-old old man in a fucking concrete cell, just on like 4,000 micrograms of acid.
Dude, when you have your white slaves, you gotta bring this shit back.
Dude, I would do that for sure. They probably would, like, it'd be like if a president made it like illegal for the CIA to like sell drugs in other places to like make their money. They'd be like, all right, well, now we have our drugs, like what are we gonna do? And then that's the game show.
I bet as soon as slavery is legalized, Nate would buy me and then just make me do PEDs.
Dude, no, I would fucking make you, I would force feed you acid and like psychedelics.
You'd be his pet gorilla.
Yeah, literally. He'd probably make me do PEDs and acid and then lift while I'm tripping on like an insane amount.
Which is honestly not a bad time.
Yeah, because like the other white guys I'd get, I'd just like throw rocks at them when I got bored.
That's true.
Yeah.
Then I'd have to like carry shit around for your entertainment.
We'll be like, pick it up and move it there.
You're like, you ain't lifting those weights
back.
for nothing, boy.
What
Just
would
whipping me.
What would you do with Molman?
With Molman?
Yeah.
I would have Molman be like one of the house niggas. Like, I would have Molman like pour my lemonade for me and like fan me. Yeah,
Bring
Molman
you
would be
cigars.
he would bring the cigar. He would put it in my mouth and he would light it.
Okay, that'd be a very respectable place in the household, I think.
And he would wear a suit and he would be able to like shower, but like with the hose like out back.
Okay, just your little personal eunuch kind of thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Jimbo would be your number one, though, right?
Dude, Jimbo would be the
He'd
bed
run
warmer.
the household.
Jimbo would be the bed warmer, and he'd be Samuel L. Jackson.
You just let him rip ass in there.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, it's fucking ready for you, dude. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, it fucking stinks. Get my whip and give him lashings.
Just hearing him farting and loudly laughing through the wall of the other room every night.
I would have him do his horrible Family Guy impressions just for my amusement. Dude. He has me laughing. His Peter Griffin impression makes me laugh so hard because it just sounds nothing
It's
like
just
him at
him
all.
talking.
He's like, hey, Lois. It's like, okay, nigga.
Every once in a while, there's a dude that comes around at the open mics that does the same just Family Guy impression joke. Like, every couple months he'll show up and do that same joke. Like, it's like the hottest closer you've ever seen.
He always yells out, "Hey guys, any impressions?" And then people will yell out other shit, and then he'll do the
Peter
Family
Griffin.
Guy.
He just rolls straight into Peter.
It's like an improv, dude. He's like, I heard Peter Griffin. And then just goes and do it like it was fucking natural. Dude.
Have you spent much time with Justin Ruppel?
Yeah.
Dude, how fucking weird is he? Is he like... He
Pretty
seems
normal. I just found out about the polyamory shit from America's Got Talent. If that's what you're
It's on
referring
one
to.
of-
No,
no,
he's a
it's-
cool guy. I don't know.
No. I just saw him. I guess he's a voice actor, but I saw him like post a sketch where it's like him singing a song in like every voice from Family Guy,
Yeah, he can do some crazy shit.
which is kind of fucking crazy. But it's like I get they were good impressions, but it's like if the basis of your I don't know, dude. Impressions are just like so cringy to me. Like even the good
cheap.
ones most of the time. Like
Yeah, I don't
there's
think...
there's some
It definitely
really good
takes
ones.
talent and skill, but it is like cringe comedy.
Like
It's
for sure.
45.
As a slight
Like
impressionist myself.
99% of
on
impression
stage.
comedy
No,
is
there's no way.
No, but like 99% of impressions are just like brutal to watch. You know,
Dude, yeah.
I can't imagine doing that in a stage setting. That would be fucking horrible.
Dude, because then
Like when
after
people
you do-
ask me to do an impression, even just like in a setting, like a social setting, I'm like, absolutely not.
no, it's
Like,
something
I'm
you
sorry.
throw in at the right time. You
Yeah.
know, and but like
Exactly.
just doing like this impression. Everyone's like, what the fucking psycho?
All right, guys.
doing?
I'm going to do this impression. Then you do it, and then like no one laughs, and then you're like, okay, well, I guess I'm out of that impression. And then you're like, I'm going to do this one now. I still haven't seen a magician in open mic comedy. I want to see one so bad.
There was one at Blind Onion like 2 weeks ago.
What?
Yeah, I left early. I saw him holding the top hat. I don't know why I
yeah.
left.
Yeah. It was like a whole thing.
Dude, that'd be like one level of respect higher than Happy Ron. Like doing magic.
Yeah.
Hey.
I like Happy Ron.
Don't you talk bad about Ronald,
Dude, he's a really nice guy, but oh
his
my
potato
God.
of a wife.
Oh my God. Actually sending shots at the man. Dude, he's so fucking...
I like potatoes. I'm just saying. I didn't say anything bad about potatoes.
She
She's
don't
a
like one.
fucking potato.
That's good for Happy Ron, though. Like, that's about in his range. Like, you wouldn't expect, like, a person that works as, like, a teacher to drive a fucking Ferrari.
The funny thing, though, is that she's like 3 times his size. He's like this petite little old man.
wrangling that shit.
Just this petite little old man in a fedora with just this absolute double wide trailer of a woman. Like,
Fire.
It's because he's a masochist and he likes to lay on him so he can not breathe.
I feel like they're into that vor porn shit, you know?
The what
she
porn?
just
The
like
voring, you know, it's like hentai where a really like big lady eats a guy, like eats a person. Like that's all I think about when I
like
look at them.
absorbs him like an amoeba. That's how they have sex.
Dude,
Yeah.
Luke didn't know that Pornhub had, like, amazing, hilarious comments. Did you know that?
I did see something about that. How they're like people posting stand up on Pornhub.
No, not like stand up. Like if you just go in the comments, it'll be like,
Oh, comments! I thought you said comics.
Yeah, the other day,
I'm sure that's so many people's like funniest outlet. You know.
I watched one fucking video and like I looked at the comment section. The comment section afterwards, and one dude was like, "That was hotter than Demi Lovato's spoon." And I was like, Jesus Christ. Niggas hitting real rips. The other day he had Jake found a couple and one was like some dude was like, "Oh, I love this girl. Her skin is so beautiful." And a guy was like, "It is. I want to wear it."
Yeah. Like the best ones for sure are like the interactions that you see in there. Like
I don't know if that one was a joke.
like you'll see like the most like self-hating like people immediately go in there after cranking one out, and it's like some dude's like, "Wow, very nice cock," and then someone's under it and he's like, "Kill yourself, faggot." And it's like, okay. But the dude who's calling him a faggot's name's like Boy Lover 69, and it's like, okay, pal. Like, calm down. You're shooting your own fucking team here.
I'd love to support these ladies, but I don't trust Pornhub with my credit card.
Dude, imagine having a paying account like Pornhub Premium.
That was a great way
it
of
seems
saying
like
I
the
want
right thing to do, but
That's a great angle you're taking, Luke. It's for the women.
yeah, I don't. Well, I'm
just,
getting it for free anyway. I'm saying, why not? I don't think you get anything more. What would you get?
It's longer
from Pornhub
videos,
Premium?
but it's longer videos, but
Nathan's like, actually, it's this, and this.
I have a website that for free you can get all the full length, like high production videos that I'll send to you guys for the low price of $25. No, I'm kidding. I will send it to you though, for real.
Wow, the
It's
porn
like
plug.
50 minutes. Yeah, it's like 15-minute long videos, which I need 2 minutes of it max.
That's what I'm saying.
But I can just like go to the part of the video that I want and like take my time.
He's
on
gonna
it.
send you
What
black.
part is that?
Honestly,
Well, blacked is doggy style.
the reason I would get a Pornhub account would be for the human interactions.
So you can
Just go in there.
You can make an account for free.
Just go. Oh, you can just comment and shit for free.
Yeah.
But you have to make an account as the thing. So like you'll go. Sometimes you're like, oh, you see a funny interaction. You're like, I'll say something. But then it's like, yeah, you need to make an account before you say anything. It's like, oh well.
That's cool. I've got
I don't have
the
time for
perfect
that.
name for my account. It's gonna be Nathan Holland.
That'd be amazing. Making a picture of me. Yeah. That's what happened to one of our friends. Who? This is Antonio. Fucking, there's a guy that played on my soccer team. Antonio Smith.
Someone must have been trolling him or something.
And can you tell the story? Because I don't remember exactly what happened.
It was like an account with like damn near the same exact username as like his Finsta or whatever back in the high school days. And it like had like it said they're from this town we were from, and it was on a video of like it might have been like, no, it was for sure probably like that little like skinny dude fucking like a MILF or something. And then the comment is just like, oh yeah, I love little white boys like that or something along those lines. And I was like, oh, okay.
Antonio's gay.
I don't remember if
For
Molman had
sure
a
it could have
joke.
been a troll. I could see like Joe Smith making that account and commenting that on like 1,000 videos.
Dude, Joe Smith almost got his ass beat by Antonio one time in practice. I wasn't there for that because I was the JV scrubs, but fucking.
Dude, Molman would have that like little guy fucking a MILF market so on lock.
Dude, that'd be
Yeah,
so
just like-
funny.
He's like just itty
Petite
bitty
gamer
with
build.
the jawline, you know, like.
Dude, Moman looks insane. Like, I love Moman, but that's like it's such a weird human
Dude,
being.
Mo's joke. Mo had, oh my god, the one where it's like Molman's bisexual. That means he has sex with male and female velociraptors.
Yeah.
That one
at the
fucking
roast, wasn't it?
killed me. Yeah, that was at the
Is
roast.
that a new one, or has he been doing that one?
No, we all wrote. Those were all new shit that we wrote at the roast.
That was a good fucking show, man.
That was fun. We only had like 4 days to. I wish there were more like writing challenges like that, because I feel like if I'm given like a few days to write, with like the pressure of having to put together a set on like a certain topic, I can crank out like a lot of material.
Yeah.
I've
You know?
noticed I do my best when shows like that are coming up.
Yeah, when you're under pressure for something, or like even like Julie, I remember she did. Noelle sometimes does like the 10-minute, like you can grab a topic and like read it and like go up and riff on it, and like that's fun. But like Julie did one where she sent you like 3 topics at like 5 p.m. and then you had until 9 to write like 10 minutes on these like 3 different premises, and
10
that was
minutes?
fucking great. Yeah.
God damn.
Because it was like it was enough time, that 4 hours, to like actually create something, but like the pressure was on, you know, like as soon as you were like done with whatever you were doing, like, and like 10 minutes was enough of a challenge, you know, to just like fucking crank shit out and just be like, all right, how many funny things can I milk out of this like train of thought? Like that is so fucking fun.
That seems like a good like exercise to actually practice like writing as well.
Yeah, they should do it more, honestly. Like, I don't know, Michael does those
He does like the features, it's sometimes like a set swap, or it's like well, the set swap's not as much because you know the other person's material, but the set list game where it's like,
dude, I want to do like a tough crowd type thing for one of those. You know, we get like 4 people who are like really good riffing together. You know, I think like if we could get like, these would be tough, but like a tough crowd kind of thing, or like a bumping mics kind of thing. You know, like bumping mics where it's like 2 people doing like crowd work and like roasts basically, and just like zingers, like get like Dave Attell and like Jeff Ross, you know, but like get like Sarah
or like
Rooker and Matt
Morril
Regan,
and
like,
fucking Sam Morril and god damn it, what's that black comedian's name? Will fucking something. But they
I've seen those clips. Yeah.
yeah.
I think I've seen a clip of that too.
like get 2 people who are like really good on stage together and like can do good crowd work and like write some shit in advance, you know? Or like have you seen Tough Crowd with Colin Quinn? Yeah, where it's just like,
You guys can keep going.
Hey, pick that.
Sorry.
dude, when you walked up on, you do that sometimes where you walk up on stage and just like in the silence, just like
Oh yeah, I just held the microphone up to the
in front of the speaker, like at Coffee and Comics. It just made it screech just to start us out with like this shit-eating grin on
I
his
put
face.
my ear up to it and it fucked me up.
You made yourself deaf. That's what I was going to tell you. Last night at Coffee and Comics, you should have been there because there was this guy, Angelo Lopez. I don't know why I keep on doing the last name thing. But Angelo went on stage and he was right before me. And like for the first minute, I thought he was doing a bit where he was like walking around and he's like sniffling. And like at one point I was like, and like I guess I did it kind of loud and he was like, yeah, it's real funny. So I just found out that my dad is dead and like was talking about that. And I was like, okay. And like he went on and then he told his jokes afterwards and like his jokes were all right, but he was like,
He just skipped over the dead dad.
like he was he talked about it for a second. He was like, yeah, he walked out of my life. He was a piece of shit. Like my mom was my dad. Like fucking, I don't know why.
Oh, he didn't write a joke?
No, it wasn't a joke.
Oh, God, because that would have been a great moment for a punchline.
That's what I was thinking is like,
Well, it could have happened like he could have found out like right before he went on though. Yeah.
No, I'm not
that
saying he acted like he had a normal human response, but could you imagine if his dad died and he just went up there and did like 5 minutes of killer dead dad shit?
So apparently he found out that day that his dad had been dead for like 5 years. Because like he didn't have a relationship with him.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what I was saying. So like immediately after I went on stage and I was like, yeah, Angelo, I feel for you. Like my dad's dead too. To me, like not in real life. And then fucking he just didn't laugh and I was like, oh, I'm gonna apologize to him after this because like I feel bad now for real. And then fucking he like darted out of the room at the end of it.
Ooh, good guy, Nathan.
Yeah, of course. And I also told my fucking joke about me being a phenomenal human being, so that was an even better way to do it. Show people I am a good guy in real life, too. Making fun of dead dads and then not saying anything to him. That was definitely weird. If you would have been there, you would have definitely said something about it, Wes.
I mean, yeah, probably. But
And also, he was the guy before me. So, like, it wasn't like I waited to say that. Like,
you kind of gotta be like,
you have to acknowledge that just happened.
Yeah.
Because everyone we were all a witness to it. And, like, people laughed at it, just not him. And, like,
People laughed when he was like, my dad's dead.
No, whenever
People were like, woo!
I'm saying whenever I did my bit about, like, my dad's dead, to me, like, the fucking people laughed at that, but he was just not having it. And I was
The comics laughed at that?
no, like, people in the crowd, too.
Damn, we got some sociopaths coming out. It's nice. That's good. I like a good crowd like that.
I did my joke about breaking the needle, my addict friend's needle over my knee, and then him being like, I'm a diabetic, that's my insulin. And, like, the best I've ever felt doing stand-up is, like, there was a lady and a dude, like, off to the side, and I heard him laugh, and she's like, that was pretty good. She's like, that was actually pretty good. Which, like, it can also be interpreted as an insult because the rest of the shit wasn't pretty good. But that was, like, the first one I did, and she's like, oh, I like that. And I was
Genuine positive feedback feels really good.
I was like, oh, thank you. I didn't, like, say anything to her, actually, but in my head I thought that.
Just got rock hard on stage for the first time it gets any real validation.
Just drooling. That'd be so fire.
And I'm, like, wearing sweatpants, so it's so obvious, and I'm just not acknowledging it, and everyone's like... If I could get a boner on command, I would definitely do that.
Oh, that would be a great fuck. I would get a pump installed if that was the thing.
Whenever Nate's out in public and he says the N-word and a white girl laughs, he immediately is full brick. I remember there's that video that, like, University of Kentucky or University of Tennessee bitch or whatever that said the N-word and, like...
You're not doing it, Justin. She was, like...
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so, like, there was...
The honors.
There was, like, a black person that worked at, like, the college, like, dormitory thing. That was, like, the person, like, kind of making sure everyone's alright, getting into the rooms and shit. And this drunk white bitch on Xanax come in, and she's, like, fighting with her, like, not fighting, but she's, like, trying to, like... She's trying to fight her, but she's off the shit. And she's like, you're a nigger, you're a bitch. You're a nigger, you're a bitch. And, like, was just saying it over and over. And the girl was hot as fuck. Like, just my type. And I was just like, oh.
He was, like, swept off his feet for, like, a month.
Dude.
Like, we'd be on Discord, and I'd just, like, hear the audio in the background of him just watching it on repeat. And he's like,
I tried to find her, like, her Instagram, too, because I was going to, like, hit her up, but... I couldn't find it. I think she deleted her Instagram.
I can imagine.
She got arrested for doing that shit. That's hilarious.
She got arrested for that?
That's
She was like trying to
crazy.
attack the guy. Or not the guy, the girl. And like there was two people recording, like, yeah, I have this whole thing on video. And she's like, good, because you're a nigger, you're a bitch. And I was just like, holy fuck. This bitch has balls.
Dream girl.
Sounds just like when Matt Owens got his DUI.
Nate's dream girl.
I saw a picture the other day that was like, I went beast mode one time, and now I had to blow into a tube to start my car. So I sent it to him, and I was like, going Matt Owens mode. And he was like, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Fucking love Matt, dude. I didn't know he was like an actual good musician.
That would be such a fun prank, would just be to like just fucking put like wax or something over the mouthpiece of his thing. Just close off the mouthpiece of his thing. It's like taking a spark plugs.
Oh, man.
Cut his brakes.
Like, what you have to do is file them down to where they're about to snap. Because if you just cut them, they'll literally back out and like they're gonna hit something immediately. You want them to pick up some speed and be driving, and then it snaps, and then like. Joking then. Dude, that's a good way to end the podcast, incriminating myself. Let's go ahead and call it.
Thanks.